A journey of 1,000 words begins here at AM 1050 KCAA.
Coming up next, Sin Censura, the Three Guys Rant. Come one, come all to the greatest show on earth with three of the world wonders. The Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. News, politics, escándalo, sports, current events, all things worth ranting about, and much more. These tres gorditos will blow your mind. Go, Phil, go!
One of these days, we'll actually learn what those fingers mean.
All right, so this is the Three Guys Rant. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in each and every week. This week's going to be exciting because just in the last 24 minutes, a lot of stuff's happened. So, again, this is the Three Guys Rant. Thank you for everybody for checking us out on iRant Radio, ABC News Radio, NBC News Radio, and, of course, Genesis Communication, DM NARC, and WROM, and the Mix Talk Radio. Make sure to check us out at the3guysrant.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You want to call in? Call us at 855-69-3-GUYS. So, Phil, how was your weekend? Were you one of those lemmings that went to go see Furious 7?
Absolutely. I was one of the king lemmings at that, as far as that's concerned. I pre-bought my tickets on Fandango.
Whoa. Whenever you go out to Hollywood, when you go to Hollywood and Vine, I don't want to know what you buy and where you put it.
You're just jealous.
Because my Fandango ain't that big?
All I can tell you is I don't do like Mikey does, all right? I don't show up and try and get a ticket. If I'm going somewhere, pre-ticketed, I know where I'm going to be.
You have you give him a lot of credit for
5 minutes before the movie starts.
For him to actually go somewhere and try to show up, that's more credit than I give him because I know he's not leaving his sofa. Once he gets up to the top of that hill, he's not going anywhere.
You know, that is a good point. That is a good point. But yes, I was one of the lemmings this past weekend that saw Furious 7.
And what were your thoughts?
I loved it.
I hated it.
I thought it was outstanding.
I hated it too.
That's because you didn't see it.
I haven't seen any one of those movies.
And you hated it, even though you haven't seen any, including number 7.
A single minute of any of those 7 movies.
See, now, before I agree with you, let me disagree with you.
Please.
So before I jump onto your little boat, see, I came from the automotive industry. I had a shop. I've built show cars. I was around when the first Fast and Furious showed up.
14 years ago.
That was very realistic. I knew a lot of people that were in that movie, and I knew a lot of the cars that were in that movie. There was none of that in this, and I think every movie, it's been slowly dying off. I think there's been less and less.
None of what?
None of the street racing, none of the... I mean, there was... Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of souped-up cars, but there was a lot of high-end, multi-million-dollar vehicles. There was no more pocket rocket racers with nitrous.
Let me help.
Let
me help your ignorance as it continues to grow.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. There was a movie about 2 years ago called Neighborhood Watch.
Is that the one with that other moron and the aliens?
Wow. So Vince Vaughn and a few of the other
those guys.
Okay. Why do you think they didn't show the movie the weekend it was supposed to be released?
Because of the death of Paul Walker?
Would you help him?
Trayvon Martin.
Because the Neighborhood Watch moron,
Zimmerman,
killed the young man.
What does that have to do with
Hold on. I understand. And I realize
I know where you're going with it
your
now.
peer group and the idiocy that continues. Since you don't watch the news, have you not seen the number of deaths in the last 6 months?
I was going to see like the last
illegal street racing.
I was going to see like the last 7 days.
For a movie to progress, which I know you don't want to do and refuse to do, which is why you live in your mother's basement, but for a franchise to progress, to go after a wider audience than a bunch of freaking hoodlums that want to race the cars down the street, which gets boring after a while.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. There's not $143 million worth of ticket buyers who wanted to watch 2 cars go racing down the street.
We don't know that because we don't have anything to compare it to.
Absolutely, we know that.
So there you go. You have an unproven fact.
If people wanted to watch a bunch of cars do great stunts, what was it, The Italian Job? Had the minis when the minis first came out?
Oh, I love that movie.
Okay, because the cars were spectacular.
Right.
Okay. Didn't make anywhere near.
How did that movie do?
I'll find out for you in just a second.
I love that movie too. Anytime a little carita goes vroom, vroom, I like it.
Okay. So
now...
I don't know why you're mad at where it's at. I thought it was spectacular.
Now, let me agree with you.
And how was it not about the cars, though? That's what I want to know.
because they weren't the lead role. They weren't the.
Sure, they were. Those cars were spectacular.
Can I agree with you now?
It bothers me when you do.
Now, let me take out my ego and my past from the movie. Outside of that, I thought it was a phenomenal movie. I think he turned a bunch of cars racing around the street like morons, tearing up and terrorizing the local city into a modern day comic book movie, if you will.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Because you spent the last 5 minutes arguing with Phil, and now you're bashing your own previous argument.
Absolutely. Because I think this is an urban, if you will, an urban street version of the Avengers. Mr. Nobody. Did he even have a name? I keep calling him Mr. Nobody, but did Kurt Russell even have a name in the movie? I don't know if he did, but I'm going to go with Mr. Nobody, I think, is their version of Nick Fury from the Avengers. I think he is the guy that has the keys to all the doors and all the cities with all the toys. That's what I think. And I think he did a phenomenal job because he hired just about almost every nationality, with the exception of Puerto Ricans. And I'm assuming that was by design.
That's discrimination, man, right there.
Almost everybody else on the planet, with the exception of Puerto Ricans, was in this movie. One way, shape, or form.
So did they bring Paul Walker back or what? What did they do?
As far as
the movie.
As far as I know, I think they did about 65-70% of the movie.
Right.
Before he passed away.
His brother finished out the...
Both brothers. Cody Walker and... I want to say Peter Walker.
The other Walker boy.
The other Walker, yeah. They call them the Walker brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's. I think his younger brother, Cody Walker, did most of it. People make it seem like they look like twins. I think they do look alike, and at certain...
Yeah, they don't look like twins at all.
Right. They don't look like twins. I think maybe out of the corner of your eye, when there's no light in the room, I can see how they can see Paul Walker. But they do look alike. I mean, they're white with blue eyes. It's short hair,
those white
beard.
people with blue eyes, they all look alike.
Whoa, I didn't go there. That's not what I said.
The Italian Job made $106 million
Opening weekend, you see?
over the course of its entire show.
Of the weekend.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So nobody cares about your racing. When are you going to get that through your thick skull? You need to grow up.
Really? Well, you do know that they went through 255 vehicles filming this movie.
230 was the last number I saw. But okay, so you found another 25 that I missed. We'll go with that. Okay. What did they do with those cars, Mr. Ochoa?
They had to make agreements with the local cities and the trash compactors to try to get them disposed of.
Really? So, Mikey, the trash compactor in your kitchen, you were able to fit an entire car in there?
Yep,
Is that what it was?
yep. I do that every day almost.
Okay.
Wasn't that
Junkyards, maybe.
junkyards and car compactors?
That sounds a little better.
And they would come and clean up the mess.
And why did they have to do that?
If it was a Tim Allen junkyard, I guarantee they would have been able to do it in a trash compactor at home. I mean, I'm just saying, more power. Why did they have to do it? To make sure that nobody was for legal reasons, and that should cover the whole thing. That's my umbrella, legal reasons.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes they were keeping the cars in. Actually, where they filmed most of the movie, they were keeping the red cars in a mall's parking lot for a while.
Were people stealing them?
No.
I mean, I understand.
Just to get them out of the way.
I understand. Oh, okay. So the wrecked ones. I understand why they were doing it, because again, who wouldn't have had, or who with money wouldn't have thought, you know what? Let me buy that Charger that was in the movie that flew out of the plane.
Now, I thought it was strange that they went to that much trouble, because I know that one of the cars in Bullet, the old Steve McQueen movie from the 60s,
Oh, that green Mustang.
some of the Trans Ams from Smokey and the Bandit. So I would have thought that they would have sold some of these cars for either fundraisers.
But the wrecked ones?
Yeah, why not? I would. If I had money, I'd buy one of the wrecked ones.
Yeah, some people, they'll just put them in a museum, and just say it was part of the movie. So yeah, I thought it was strange that they went through that much trouble. But I guess they can't exactly make them undrivable, because somebody can always fix the system. I guess that was the fear.
I would have bought the Porsche with Paul Walker's body in it, and then.
Alrighty,
You really are a moron.
Oh, what?
You're a moron.
Too soon?
A year and a half. This is the Three Guys Rant. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Stick around.
Real Estate Rant and AGR Realtors are proud supporters of Michael Aguilar and Associates, advocates for stroke awareness and integrative healthcare.
In February 2012, I suffered a stroke due to high blood pressure. I was rushed to the hospital where I was admitted for the next 30 days. I was initially told I may have to stay in the hospital for about 3 months, but I made rapid improvements in my recuperation and continued to improve to this day.
When Michael left the hospital, he did not have insurance to cover his rehabilitation, so he focused on integrative healthcare to get better. At the end of 2013, seeing a need for stroke awareness, Michael started his own company, Michael Aguilar and Associates, to focus on creating awareness about the dangers of high blood pressure and stroke.
If you would like more information, please call me at 562-464-7297, or you can visit my website at www.strokeawareness101.com.
Michael Aguilar and Associates, creating awareness and saving lives one person at a time.
KCAA Radio, Loma Linda, where no listener is ever left behind.
This is Becca Bateau. When I'm not reading 50 Shades of Grey and driving men crazy, I spend my time dreaming about the three guys rant. Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Yeah, right.
Hey, look at that. This song says Dusty Road. And welcome back to the Three Guys Rant. Make sure you check us out each and every week. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The Three Guys Rant. Call us at 855-69-3-GUYS, 855-69-3-GUYS. Coming to you from the Macho Michelada studio. And I got to say, my favorite thing, I'd say one of the my favorite things of the movie Furious 7 was that they tried to minimize the special effects. A lot of what you see were actual stunts, including the bus scene in the middle of the movie. And again, I don't want to get too much into it, but for anybody that's seen it, knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I would have bet for sure that would have been CGI. Sure, take on that.
I don't really care.
You would have been okay with it if it would have all been computer
I enjoyed
generated?
the hell. Look, man, I thought the movie was adrenaline rushing. There was lots of explosions. The Rock was in it. Things were blowing up. They had all kinds of technology.
And it was nonstop. Literally nonstop.
From the moment it started. I mean, again, it won't ruin it for anybody, but in the first 30 seconds, there's 30 dead bodies.
Okay? And a building imploding.
And a building imploding on it. It's just spectacular.
What the hell was the premise of the movie? I mean, I don't get it.
You want to hear my version or Phil's version?
I don't care. I mean,
Phil?
Is there like a mission or something that go on? Or I mean,
I'm telling you, it's an urban version of the Avengers, good versus evil.
The best car race movie I've ever seen. It's called The Cannonball Run.
Oh, I love that movie. I love
those movies were hilarious, dude.
How much? Wasn't that $1 billion?
They made
franchise?
like two of them. No, Cannonball Run.
I think they made three.
But that was back in the day, though. When
that was funny, man. And Herbie too.
I used to love Cannonball Run.
Would you like the remake of Herbie with Lindsay Lohan?
Nah.
As a matter of fact, one of the cars that was in one of the original Fast and Furious was in that movie.
I'm pretty excited about that.
I am, because for some reason we've gone away from all that.
Since we're talking about cars,
I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again? Do you have time?
Okay, since we're talking about cars, anybody here a fan of game shows?
I used to be, but yeah, they're in the mornings now. I don't get to watch them anymore.
Right.
Now, the Japanese have some excellent ones, by the way.
Yeah, they have some crazy ones.
The ones we keep stealing.
Well, everybody knows what The Price is Right is. It's been around forever. One of the longest running game shows. And this week, a lucky lady won a car.
Oh, I heard about this one.
Did you guys see that?
I sure did.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Well, basically, there was 5 prizes for the car, and she had to guess, the correct price.
I think they gave her 3 choices to get
3.
3 out of the 5.
So she opted for the one on top. The model removed it. It was the wrong price, but she just kept going.
Wait. But before you go into that, she did pick the 3.
No.
I don't.
No.
Didn't she say this one, and this one?
No.
Okay.
So then the model, I guess, got confused or whatever. Just kept going, pulling tiles, and the second one that she pulled was the winning one. So the lady jumped on it. I won that. And they had to give it to her. Drew was like, yep, you won a car.
Well, they didn't have to. They said they did right by her. You know.
What were they going to say? No, you can't have it?
Well, in theory, they could. I mean, yeah. But it was so funny, man, because that model, and she's one of the most beautiful ones on the show. It's the Latina.
She is. Alan, is there any way you can find a picture of her? You know what I thought it was at first? I thought it was either Alicia Keys or...
Why, because she's dark?
3 chances to give me the price tag to the Hyundai Sonata SE.
You're listening to
19,000, 21, 18,000, 20,000, 22,000. Which one is it?
19,849.
19,849. Go ahead, Manuela. Boom. No. Oh!
I won it!
Smart lady that are listening, if you want to see the visual, you can always stream us at 3guysrant.com.
That woman is something special. And I mean visually.
So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
But you know, in other game shows, if they make a mistake, like in Jeopardy, if even after the fact, you give an answer and they have researchers there looking, and then they figure out 5 minutes later that, you know what, the answer is not really correct, they will take your money back.
Okay, moron, there's a difference between this and that. The other one has to do with actual information.
No, I understand that, but
I don't see
if they accepted the answer as correct, why then go back and take it back?
Because the other one's intellectual. This is just a bunch of morons getting on TV and winning free crap. It's what America's built on. Hell, it's what this show is built on.
So, anyways.
So, you know what? Staying on the whole subject of cars.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they just gave away a car. We just talked about Furious 7. You have a kid. How old's your boy?
5.
Has he started losing teeth yet?
No.
Okay. Well, when he does, I don't know if you guys came across this story, and Alan has pictures and a video of it too. There was a kid that apparently was just scared to lose that front tooth. So the father, being a good father, what does he do? Have you guys seen this?
Tied it with a string to the back of his Corvette and took off in the driveway.
Oh, you have seen it.
Yep.
Well, this was down the street, so I'm sure it's still the same one. But yeah, he tied one end of the string to his tooth, the other one to an orange Camaro.
Okay.
Peeled out and just hauled ass down the street.
So what's the moral of the story here?
That number one, you're too cheap to buy a car that was made in this decade, so your car is not going to peel out. But maybe you can throw a rock down the street or something.
So I'm gonna pull out and I'm gonna leave the bumper dangling from my son's teeth, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Let's see if he found a picture. I don't know if he has it.
But it's funny. There's a lot of creative ways that people pull teeth out, man. If you go to YouTube and you Google that, man.
Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because I think you fit into that whole genre. Is it to really try to help their youth, or to try to make something go viral?
Well, nowadays, I think it's to make it go viral, man. Because when I was growing up, bro, it wasn't like that, man. It was loose. I was, they grabbed me down. Give me that tooth, man. Boom.
So you have that? Yeah, they used to take my teeth out with pliers and napkins. See, here's a picture of the boy.
Dude, but how the hell are they going to use pliers?
No. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
And the kid is holding the string, man?
Yeah, he's holding the string. I'm not sure what he's thinking.
For those of you that are wondering what we're watching now, we're turning at the big screen inside the studio. You can see it at the 3guysrant.com. No!
It looks like he took out a couple teeth, not just to one. No.
Yeah, but people do crazy.
Again,
nowadays, I think it's for that reason, to go viral.
Yeah, again, when I was little, they would take a napkin, wrap it around my tooth,
right,
and then put pliers above that and just pull.
But why pliers? I mean, at some point they're so loose that you can just pop them out.
No, they used to take mine before they were loose.
Los vendían en el swap meet, okay.
It was for the what do you call it, the tooth fairy. So I just got a message from Marty that listens to us on iRant Radio. He says, I've already seen Furious 7 3 times and I'm planning on going back tonight. Movie was spectacular.
Yeah, no.
How do you even have a voice in this conversation? You didn't even see it.
I wouldn't go see any movie that many times.
Are you sure?
Yep. Man. Time is flying by today, man.
So again, this is a Three Guys Rant. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
That needs to get noticed, your ideas need a great website. And at Infuse, we build simple, clean, and efficient websites. We believe that even the wildest ideas should come to life in a beautiful way. We build responsive sites, e-commerce sites, and even help with business email setup and search engine optimization. Every great idea needs a great website. Start your new look today. Check us out at www.infuse.com. That's www.enfuse.com, or call us at 800-542-4783. Again, that's 800-542-4783. Infuse, we get it done.
Hey everybody, it's Kiara Lynn Ford, and I'm listening to Rant Radio Network.
And only because this next statement is going to sound like Arvin, listening to Phil on the Three Guys Rant, I don't have any of the scores, but earlier this week, I should say, was opening day for several of the MLB teams. So,
yep. I know our local Angels lost on opening day.
Oh, okay. I don't know how the Dodgers did.
The Dodgers won.
Dodgers did win.
I thought they were going to lose, but they pulled it out.
Okay.
Today, right? Right now.
Earlier this week?
No, I know. Yeah, but okay, so earlier this week.
I just got my scores right now from earlier this week.
Man, I don't know. I'm asking because I know the last time I asked you about that game, you told me that they were winning, then they were losing, and then I forgot to ask you what happened after that.
Folks, look, there's going to be a couple of openings. I'm leaving the show, so if anybody would like to apply, if you can sit in the room with these two ignoramuses, please apply at the Three Guys.
And it's funny because he's the only one leaving, but he said it's going to be a couple of openings. So that tells you anything about Phil.
What does that say about your buffoonery?
Well, no. My concern is that when I leave, the two of you will kill one or the other. So hence the reason there'll be two openings.
So, yes, the Dodgers won earlier this week.
All right.
Opening day.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
It was
Thank you, Alan.
Monday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The Dodgers beat the Padres 6-3 on opening day.
Nice. Campaign season is going to start fairly early, I guess, for the 2016 campaigns. But el señor Arbusto is already trailing Hillary Clinton. Did you guys catch that?
No.
You know who señor Arbusto is? Jeb Bush, man. He's Hispanic. You guys didn't hear the news? On his voter registration in Florida in 2009, he put his race Hispanic. So he's trying really hard to go after the brown vote.
Where the hell did Arbusto come from?
Bush in Spanish is Arbusto. Bush. If he's Hispanic, I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about. But talk about trying to go hard after the Latino vote, man. But when you're gonna pass yourself as Latino when you're white as a Wonder Bread, it's pretty funny.
You know what?
So that thing came out this morning. Everybody's going after him for it, but he said it was a mistake. Yeah.
Oh, so now he's backpedaling.
Yeah, he's backpedaling. He said it was a mistake.
Well, staying on the whole thing of going hard. You know what? I just want to tell the people of Indiana, enough is enough. It's time to get your heads out of your butts and become the decent folks that you guys are trying to become. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but a small town in Collinsville, Indiana, population of 1,852 in Brown County, of all places, Brown County, actually went to City Hall on Wednesday and put something up to vote and actually passed. The business owners addressed City Council. Everybody knows that Broadway. When you hear Broadway Boulevard, what do you think of?
Downtown.
Anything else?
Maybe New York.
But that's it, right? You relate it to a city. Apparently everybody knows that Broadway is like Disneyland for queers. And I'm quoting this. This is what they went up and told City Council. Broadway is like Disneyland for queers. We are a respectable community.
Well, okay, but help me. What do those inbreeds over there define a queer? I'm sorry, but
or Disneyland. Are there like adult sex toys laying on the floor and people go play?
Because again, we've got a lot of people who.
Because I've been to Disneyland, but I want to go to this Disneyland.
I want to know. I want to know what they're talking about. That what is it? La Cage aux Foyers? Is there a birdcage somewhere over there that we missed?
So I don't know. So we are, and again, I'm continuing with the quote. We are a respectable community full of straight folks. Gays are not welcome.
Okay, so they're specifically. I just wanted to make sure.
No,
right.
yes.
It's just gays.
Yes. So again, in Brown County, they're pushing. They're going hard on the Religious Freedom Act.
Now, what I'm curious is how big is Broadway over there? Is it one of those cities where
he's got a picture?
It's too light?
Does it even have a street light? Is it paved?
I thought some towns where literally the main street.
According to the map I saw,
2 lights.
Yeah, that's how big this looks.
2 lights.
Yes.
Okay.
And it somehow curves around back into itself.
Because we've been to places too where it's not even paved.
No, that's what I'm saying.
There's 2 lights, but it's not even paved. It's dirt.
I want to know
and businesses.
I want to know where the Disneyland of homosexuals is. Because I want to go.
I thought it was.
I got to tell you too, man. Because I got some gay friends. They can throw a party. So I'd like to know where Disneyland is.
I thought this was going to be in San Francisco somewhere. But
so there's a Disneyland
in Indiana.
There is a Disneyland for man.
Where sheep are afraid of men. They are complaining about this.
Now, was that where they found the pig brothel?
You know what? I gotta look it up, man. I don't know if that was Indiana, but
I think it was.
It could have been.
So, wow. You know, I know we get in trouble because some people say we're too liberal.
Right.
That somebody even asked me, "Does anything offend you?" And of course, the first words out of my mouth is, "You do." But
I get offended.
Okay, but I'm saying,
when my hooker charges me that, I'm like, are you out of your mind?
What I'm saying is I watched, the new 60 Minutes, I look at some of these things that are going on and, the ongoing Bible Belt individuals who are pushing, religion. And I know, it was Easter this past weekend and people get mad because they say we focus too much on the bunny and eggs and ham and whatever Easter's about, what it should be.
Doesn't that bring us as a family together, and isn't that what it's about?
No, it's not about family.
It's about the resurrection.
It's about the resurrection after the again, it depends on who you talk to.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying, is that these same people, when they talk about doesn't anything offend the three of us, it takes so much to truly offend me that I got to tell you, again, I'm going to say some of our gay friends, man, the way they dress, good Lord, do they dress well.
I've always said I've wanted a gay friend just for that reason, to learn how to dress better.
Yeah, and somebody said, and I had somebody throw to my face.
That's not why you said it, but we'll go with that.
Well, no, that one time when somebody asked me, so what? You have no problem with gays? No, I don't. Well, could you be gay? No, but that's because men are disgusting. I don't know how gays can be gays because, but hey, God bless them.
It's got to be in the brain, man. It doesn't matter what they say that it's never been proven. It's got to be. How can
men are disgusting and filthy.
How can you lay there with another dude that looks kind of like you?
That's what I'm saying. Women.
You know what? There's times.
Women are brave.
There is, again, lo que ellos hacen con su culito no me importa.
Hey,
but you know what? There's been times where I'm in bed alone and I disgust myself.
That's what I'm saying. So if two men or two women find each other, God bless them. But to hear that somebody has found the Disneyland of what is it again, Arvin? Quote me on that one, please.
Okay, here we go. Religious Freedom Act. Business owner address city council. Everybody knows that Broadway is like Disneyland for queers.
That's spectacular. We should get a whole gay tour together.
Yeah, you know what? We should get more.
We should get more of them on a whole bus, and we should all go over there together.
I'm down.
Visit Disneyland.
I'm down.
You know what?
I'm down to go. I'm down to go.
I'll throw this out there to all of our special friends, gay listeners. Give us a call. Let's put a bus trip together. Arvin will lead the charge.
I am willing to wear full body spandex on this trip.
Now, Arvin's going to wear assless chaps on this one.
I have to get them back from the dry cleaners first. So
they got a little brown stain.
People have way too much time on their hands, man.
And that stupid law that the governor signed last week, everybody was losing their minds because it was about that. That you could actually discriminate against somebody based on your religious belief. So whether it's that they're gay or your religion doesn't let you mingle with blacks or whatever.
Is there any idea of what the percentage is of gays and lesbians in this part of the world, or this part of the country, I should say? for them to try to discriminate or make some kind of law?
I don't think it's.
Can it be that high or can it be that low? Because it can't be down the middle.
See, I think it's the IQ is that low.
Right.
I think the IQ of these idiots out there, and again, believe what you want. Go to church, don't go to church. I mean, whatever it is that you do. But one of the things about this country has always been to allow you to have those freedoms. And again, yes, I know for anybody listening who wants to, tell me to F off, feel free to call in 855-69, 3 guys. But
you know what? To me, it goes deeper than that.
That's funny. 69, 3 guys.
Because, these morons that are so against gay
Is
don't
that
realize.
even possible? 69, 3. Oh, never mind. Please continue.
These morons are so against gay people don't realize that straight people make gay people. So let's just stop procreating because they may make gay people. Okay, if you're so against gay, go get, have it snipped and the women have it.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Wait, I'm
going to tell you right now. When I was watching Furious 7, when The Rock came out at the end of the movie, and Arnold knows what I'm talking about, and he said the Calvary is here. Come on, Arvin. Tell me you didn't get a warm, fuzzy feeling, man.
Oh, I got a chubby.
Okay. So...
Carla, that listens to us on NBC News Radio, says people in that part of the country are a bunch of morons and should die.
Ouch! I love you, Carla.
We'll be right back.
Real Estate Rant and AGR Realtors are proud supporters of Michael Aguilar and Associates, advocates for stroke awareness and integrative healthcare.
In February 2012, I suffered a stroke due to high blood pressure. I was rushed to the hospital where I was admitted for the next 30 days. I was initially told I may have to stay in the hospital for about 3 months, but I made rapid improvements in my recuperation and continued to improve to this day.
When Michael left the hospital, he did not have insurance to cover his rehabilitation, so he focused on integrative healthcare to get better. At the end of 2013, seeing a need for stroke awareness, Michael started his own company, Michael Aguilar and Associates, to focus on creating awareness about the dangers of high blood pressure and stroke.
If you would like more information, please call me at 562-464-7297, or you can visit my website at www.strokeawareness101.com.
Michael Aguilar and Associates, creating awareness and saving lives one person at a time.
Buenos dias, buenas tardes, and a big old howdy, y'all. This is the Red Mexican Alex Raimundo with my amigos at 3 Guys Ranting, not to be confused with 3 Guys Panting. That was me outside your window the other night, ladies.
Of Candace huffing.
All right, and while we're actually on commercial break, I got a message from Carlos that listens to us on ABC News Radio. He says he's all for the tour bus. He'll bring the Vaseline.
Outstanding!
And then Carla that listens to us on Genesis Communications, she says, staying on the topic of going hard, she'd like to see if Dwayne Johnson is really The Rock. The Rock.
All right. So, I know we were talking about, people going after a particular segment. Arvin was asking percentages. I don't know how many people are gay in this country.
No, I wasn't asking the country. I was talking about in that area.
And I really couldn't tell you because it's not something I've ever looked up because I don't care. But let's talk about a percentage I do know. What is it, 30% of America is obese or 40% of America is obese?
Yep.
Hell no. I disagree.
Well, in this room, 3 out of 3 hosts are obese.
Whoa. Don't you be calling me a hoe. Okay, I told you those stories in secret.
So
I'm going to go, what did you say, 30%?
Yeah.
I'm going to go twice as high. I'm going to say 60%.
Is obese. Okay. So
who is that?
Over the week, hold on. I was going to find the picture and put it up. But over the weekend, about a week ago, these people.
Wait a minute. You just said over the weekend?
About a week ago.
A week ago.
Yeah. So this past weekend, a big story came out that they call it fat shaming. We've talked about some of the meanness, and one of the anchors from Fox News was making fun of Kelly Clarkson. She's the winner from American Idol season 1 or 2 or whatever one, and
she's swollen in the colon.
So she's put on a few pounds. She had a
Oh,
baby
no,
9
I'm not
months
saying
ago.
it like that. I love them.
I understand. And
So
I've always
I
thought she's cute. I like her music. But, they started making comments, both of the newscasters, during the segment about how she should stay away from the deep dish pizza. Perhaps she shouldn't be eating so much.
Phil, can I tell you how this broadcaster likes his women? I like my women like I like my milk, spoiled and chunky.
Alan, did you find the picture yet? So one of the things that Alan's going to put up on the screen for us is, the Victoria's Secret Angels. Everybody's seen them. You've seen all the models. So one of the other companies came out.
That's not Kelly Clarkson.
No, that's Candice Huffine. I think it's Huffine.
Phil, can I tell you? All that clapping could make it happen.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, she's 5'11". So she's a very
she's a tall girl.
She's
then.
a tall, voluptuous woman. I think she's gorgeous.
Yep.
She's become the face. She's actually
Why did he take the picture?
the new
so
face
soon?
of the Pirelli calendar.
The Pirelli as in tires?
Pirelli as in tires, okay? And, so the size works on her. But what I was getting at is that this country spends so much time, or I shouldn't say this country, but there's a lot of people who spend so much time, whether they're gay, whether they're fat.
Whoa.
I mean, like at least Mikey fell in the category. I said fat, you're gay,
Right.
But
I gotta tell you, Phil, I would wrestle with this woman. I can't guarantee that I would be able to pin her.
But the number of people, you could read
look
some
at
of the
that!
comments.
Oh my God, she's phenomenal.
Okay, but there's a lot of comments.
People say that she's fat.
Yeah, they're gonna say, "Oh, why is this fat cow, on my calendar?" So what I'm saying,
You know
is
what? That's not where I want her.
Well, but that's my point. Is that I don't know why people feel the need to categorize everything. Why can't they simply say she's a beautiful woman?
Well, there was another one. I don't think it's the same woman, but Sports Illustrated just came out with their first full size model.
Right.
That was very similar.
Sure, it's not her.
I think that's a nipple. It must be. My eyes started watering.
So
I don't think it was her, but it was somebody as beautiful as her, and I do mean beautiful. Full figured, beautiful face. Everything about her was very proportionate.
Right.
And I think people were losing their mind because Sports Illustrated did that.
Right. Well, it's the same thing that happened to Kate Upton.
Mm-hmm.
Because my only complaint with Kate Upton is she has no hips.
Right.
I like a woman with a little more curves. That's all.
She is all chi-chis.
But she's pretty.
Yeah.
She's a very pretty girl. She just has no hips.
Right.
Okay. But, so I'm Latin. I like hips. But so all I'm saying is that people spend so much time. So when these newscasters are talking about a woman in that sense, I'm saying that, they overlook her talent, overlook her accomplishments.
But I do got to say, I don't think that's a minority anymore. That's got to be the majority. So
the majority of the population.
Who the hell is bashing these people then?
The minority that's on TV that has a voice.
Well, we need to shut them down.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
I say we bring them on here and do a little broadcaster bashing.
Yeah, no, it's just people. I don't know, man.
And what's funny is to Arvin's
complain
point,
about everything.
How she's still called a plus size model, and I agree with you, Arvin. Most of the women we know are her size. So how is it that a size 0 and a size 1 is normal?
Damn,
but she's a plus size.
That can't be normal. 0 or 1.
She is thinner than most women I date. You know what? I just got a message from Charles that listens to us on WROM radio. He says he just went hard.
That's what I'm saying, though. That not every. Okay, so some people have a little bit more weight than others, but but what's funny is how it's only women,
right?
Because heavy men look at Fluffy.
Yeah, but that's men with money. Money kind of hides a lot, especially when you're a guy.
Okay, CeeLo Green.
He's fat and a dwarf.
Okay, but Arvin says he's got money, so that makes him.
He's just
so you know what?
Eccentric.
That's it, man. Next time I go to the doctor, she tells me you got to lose weight. I'm saying, no, I'm a plus size model. Lose weight? I'll lose my job.
Wait, your future.
First off, if these people are plus size, they're still proportionate and they're not all loose and flabby. So I don't know if you're going to fall into that whole plus size model category.
Yeah, but what gets me is how the hell is this plus size? That's what I don't get. These are normal sized women.
What the hell is plus size? Do you go to the store and say, I'm looking for the plus size?
Well, here's how size 10.
Here's how you define it. If the woman's on top and she's not breaking ribs, she's not plus size. I mean, that's simple math.
Arvin
right
at the3guysrant.com for all you who want to send in the hate mail. I'm just saying.
People are always looking for a way to put somebody else down, man. And that just speaks to them, to their self-esteem, man. They got to feel, the only way they feel better about themselves is by putting other people down.
I just got a message from Charlene that listens to us on the Mixed Talk out of New York. She says, I'm a size 12. Does that mean I'm fat and should be ashamed of myself?
Hell no. We love you. Feel free to send us pictures.
Charlene, that is Arvin at the3guysrant.com. Just label him XXX.
That's filthy, because you know what's going to happen, right? Please, I hope there's somebody who dresses in drag named Charlene who sends Arvin XXX pictures.
I don't know if that's the same girl, but
it is the same girl.
That girl on the left is beautiful.
It is the same girl. The girl on the right, you know, it was one of those pictures they put out about a year ago that was unphotoshopped or unretouched. I wondered what the hell Mike was trying to do. There.
Go to the3guysrant.com and you'll see exactly where he just put his finger.
Exactly. All I'm saying is that people got to get over themselves.
Absolutely,
we spend way too much time judging each other.
I don't know why. Because sometimes the people doing the judging are just
that's no lie.
Horrendous.
I don't.
That usually is the case. So I have a question for both of you guys. Kind of staying on this whole woman subject. Licenses. You have a driver's license. Yeah. You have a dog license.
Yeah.
You have what other kind of licenses do you need? Anyways,
real estate, insurance, barber.
They all have an expiration date.
Right.
Why in the hell does a marriage license not have an expiration date?
Because a marriage license was created by the man to charge you more money for something that the church was already taking money on.
I'm going to disagree with that. I think we need an expiration date on a marriage license. That way, can you imagine how great a conversation would go? So, how much more time you got? Are you going to renew at the end of your lease? Hell no! Just think about that.
Okay, but you understand that the reason it can't have a time frame is because since most people still get married in the church, they ask you to make the commitment of till death do you part.
Right, but isn't it different? If you get married in the church, you still need a paper from the state?
Yes. Because the state recognizes that's why there's separation. So the state requires you to get a license to get married. They don't care who marries you. Well, actually, they do. You have to be ordained of some sort, right? It's either through the ULC or it's got to be through a church or a judge or a chapel. So somebody has to be licensed and ordained of some sort to marry you.
Right.
Okay. But the state requires a license to get married.
So would it make more sense if they put an expiration date on it so that then they could charge you again?
But why the hell do they even issue a marriage license? I mean,
why or where?
Could it be denied? Oh, no, you two can't get married.
Yes, it can.
Why?
Because that's also, this started way back when.
Wait, a man and a woman can get denied?
Yeah.
Please do tell.
Because one of the questions they ask you, are you related?
Right.
That's why you have to do the blood test to make sure you're not siblings.
So down south, how many are getting denied?
There's a loophole down south, man.
You can marry your sister.
If you're second cousins, then it's okay. Click yes.
Right. So yes, you can get denied for answer. You know, there's a few questions they ask you.
So,
Jesus.
So what you're saying is, if I really don't want to get married,
just say she's your sister.
Interesting. I finally found a loophole that works in my favor.
If you both have the same blood type.
If you don't want to get married, why the hell are you trying to get a license anyways?
I didn't want to ask. I was afraid to.
So again, I'm going to say, for 2016, we need to put this to a vote. Expiration dates on licenses, wedding licenses. I'm going to go.
Marriage licenses?
Marriage licenses, that's what I said. Los perritos calientes. This is the Three Guys Rant. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Check us out each and every week. Make sure to go to your local Pup and Taco.
If the truth hurts, then AM 1050 KCAA can be a real pain.
Hey, what's going on? This is Frank Palengi here. You're listening to the Three Guys Rant radio show. Rock on.
All right, we're back from the break, and as we're coming down to the wire here, I wanted to talk about the Iran nuclear deal.
Hold on, before we go there,
we got to talk about something
that's
real.
Serious. Oh, Christ. All right, because this is for a special segment of our listeners, fans. Lucille Ball, we all know who she was.
Mm-hmm. I love Lucy.
Yep. Her hometown
of Jamestown
is not loving her statue.
It's butt ugly.
It is butt ugly. So people
is there any way we can get a picture of that?
They're comparing her to the statue.
What are we talking about? Well, the I Love Lucy statue in her hometown.
Yes, the Lucille Ball statue.
Do we have any idea what city that's? It's not Jamestown, is it?
No, it is.
Okay.
Good job, Arvin.
What?
That you knew that it was Jamestown.
Okay,
so it really is.
They compared it to the creature from the Black Lagoon.
I'm sorry, the creature of what?
From the Black Lagoon.
One more time?
Steve Buscemi and Polly Walnuts.
So let me get this straight. Polly Walnuts is coming out of the Black Lagoon. Right. Oh, crap!
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the artist was thinking. I don't know how the hell he thought that looks like Lucille Ball.
I got a cousin that looks just like that. We had to take him to the hospital and leave him there.
So anyways, I know there's a special listener that loves Lucille Ball, and I love Lucy and all of that, so I just wanted to throw that out there.
What?
Arvin's never going to recover. Never going to recover.
I'm sorry. So now let's talk about nuclear weapons, man.
Well, Arvin kept asking, what is the deal with Iran?
Okay.
Wait, before you get into that, I just got a message from Caroline that listens to us out of DM Narc, out of New England. You guys are all morons. Hysterical?
We know.
You guys make me laugh. Don't ever stop.
Please eat some clam chowder for us.
That's what my ladies tell me.
What? Eat some clam chowder?
No. Please never stop.
All right. So it turns out when we said it was, we keep hearing that it's the best bet for us, and Arvin's asking about the deal.
No, I asked, what are we offering? Since it's the best deal in history.
We're not offering anything. Okay. We're not offering anything.
Maybe to remove some sanctions or something like that.
So,
well, that's a lot of sand they're going to have to move, isn't it?
Well, here. Mm-hmm. So Iran agreed to scale back its nuclear program significantly for the next 10 to 15 years, accept intense international inspections. They're going to turn off their heavy water reactor and only use it for light water reactor. Arvin, what's the difference?
That one is heavy and one is light.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
You know I'm right.
No. So a heavy water reactor is usually used for, nuclear products that are going to create a bomb. Light water reactors are going to be the nuclear generators.
I'm assuming that that's in regards to the cooling system of what they have to cool down, how big it is?
No, it's actually part of the reaction process.
Okay.
Heavy water, it's like one molecule in every billion molecules of water has 3 atoms, where typically, three oxygen atoms, where typically water only has 2.
Señor Profesor, en inglés, por favor.
So they're going to cut back. They're going to even, what they're going to do is they're going to convert their Fordo deep underground enrichment facility into a research center. They're going to modify their heavy water reactor to make it incapable of producing plutonium. And a couple of other things. So, which is weird because we actually have, at least in theory so far, bipartisan agreement, or at least acceptance so far of the deal.
Now, this is the country, not the terrorist. Correct?
You understand that currently countries are the only ones that can operate a nuclear facility.
When you started saying that, we've never had the discussion that terrorists have the ability for nuclear weapons.
Do you think the terrorists want to negotiate with us to turn off their reactors?
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
I'm just asking.
Professor, por favor, continue.
So, on the surface, it sounds like a good deal, I guess. I don't know.
It seems like as good a deal as we're going to get.
Right. The only one who are pissed about this are the Israelis. Like always, Netanyahu. That is not a good deal. It's a sweetheart deal for Iran. It's crazy for the world. This guy always just wants to fight, and I don't know why we're always protecting him.
Well, you were in the military. Somebody said that we need the land strip.
We don't need the land strip, man.
Do you have to mess with everything on the table?
I think he's losing his mind towards the end.
No, it's just I don't know what we. Okay, they're our allies, and we should support our allies. But there's got to be a point where you say, okay, you know what, you need to back off a little bit, because they want what they want, and that's it. If they don't get what they want, we're the bad guys all of a sudden. So I don't know.
But that's the way it always is. Somehow we always end up being the bad guys.
Sure, but I think on this particular note, it seems like as good as it's going to get for that part of the world with all the destabilization we're worried about. If we can keep them from making a nuke, I say it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that is a question. If we're downscaling all the nuclear weapons we're making, and everybody else is still going up, that just doesn't seem right.
Everyone's not going up. We want to prevent them from making anything at all. Hence the reason we're downscaling. Because we don't want, that's just it. They don't want the surplus anymore. We don't want to live in a Cold War environment. And to your point, in a time of such heavy terrorism, the last thing we want is for terrorists to be able to take over something.
Well, if everybody pushed the button right now, how many times over would we blow up the planet?
I heard that number once about 20 years ago, but they said there was enough nukes at the time.
20 years ago. I can't even imagine what it's today.
Probably less.
You understand that we've been taking them apart in the last 20 years.
Yeah, but people have still been building over the last 20 years. And 20 years ago, I guarantee you not as many countries as today
There's
had
only
nuclear weapons.
like I think it's eight. I think it's 8 countries maybe that have nuclear weapons.
I think it's higher than that.
No.
Anyways, so how many times over? Do you remember the number?
Back then, it was like 20 times over.
Yeah, it was an astronomical number.
Astronomical number.
But that's what happened with the Cold War, man. It was crazy. And that's what they're trying to prevent. Because if Iran, let's say, gets close to or comes up with a nuke, there's going to be another escalation of all the countries in the area trying to get a nuke because now Iran's got one.
Right. So what is the magic number, Phil?
Mikey, you're damn good. There's only 9 countries.
I told you there was more, so I'm smarter.
And, yeah.
So again, this is the Three Guys Rant. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out each and every week. Make sure to check out our website at the3guysrant.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you to our sponsor, Mucho Macho Michelada. Take me home, si te atreves. Make your beer and life spicier and hotter.
Real Estate Rant and AGR Realtors are proud supporters of Michael Aguilar and Associates, advocates for stroke awareness and integrative healthcare.